How to speak with charisma. Younger Adrian could never concisely or precisely spit out a sentence to his group of friends, family, cousins, etc. I'd always want to share my thoughts, but I struggled to spit them out right. Like I could never have fulfilling conversations. I was always that type of guy who'd always have those useless 2 minute short talk convos with my friends at school. And this kind of, I'm going to be honest, this kind of made my social life suffer. Like I had friends, but I never really had close best friends I could relate to super much. And I honestly think half of that's my fault. I was just an unhealthy, low confident version of myself who I was a bit of a social autist, unfortunately. And I had a bit of a lisp. I cared so much about what others were to think. I would never try to improve this. See, I would never raise my hand to ask a question in class, which you'd think would make me a better speaker. In oral presentations, I always try do it as fast as I can to just get the time limit. Would never push further or beyond my own limits. Would never try and improve. I'd live life on autopilot, and I knew this was something I struggled with, and I always wanted to start recording videos like this to share my lessons and learnings, but I honestly thought I'd never be able to do so. Never. Fast forward now to 2024, I feel like I've learned so much more with speaking charismatic, public speaking tips, how to lower your anxiety when speaking to others, all this stuff. I'm just so grateful that over the last couple of years I've been able to learn about this because younger Adrian used to always think I was just born like this and there's nothing I can do to become a better speaker. I didn't realize that speaking is a skill. It's something you can improve, and I can't wait to teach you because most people think, especially younger me, used to think, oh, nah, speaking, just not talented. Cope. It's the same thing as saying, oh, I'm too fat to go to the gym. How stupid does that sound? You become fit. You become a better speaker by practice, repetition, and what I'm about to teach you in this video. Why should you listen to me? Well, my name is Adrian. I've been training in the gym for 6+ years. I've experienced what it's like to struggle and overthink in public and spontaneous speaking situations. It feels purposeful for me to help others strive for improvement in all areas of self-development. Finally, I'm proud of the progress I've made in my journey and feel like sharing it with you will only help accelerate your very own progress. Quick plug, I'm currently doing one-on-one coaching calls. These calls are designed to help young men improve their confidence through tailored self-improvement strategies. Specifically focuses on identifying your current challenges, setting actionable goals, and providing practical advice to boost your self-confidence. The link's in the description for those of you who are interested. And finally, make sure to subscribe to this channel to get these full-length educational guides more often on your homepage, instead of the shitty clickbait entertainment videos you watch every single night, which honestly, I'm going to be honest, they provide you with no value. They always make you feel like, why did I waste my time watching that? Subscribe to this channel, just purely educational content. My promise to you is that at the end of this video, you will not only learn what drastically helped me improve my communication skills, but you will feel more motivated to take action and become equipped with the education needed to implement these learnings in your own life. So the parts of this video include 1. Tame the anxiety beast. 2. Slow your movements. 3. Positive self-talk. 4. Rewind and question. 5. Take an action. 6. Feedback. 7. Actionable step. Let's get started. Number 1. Tame the anxiety beast. Let's just be brutally honest with yourself right now. Why do you feel like you struggle with speaking? Do you have a speaking impediment? Do you have speaking problems? Do you have a lisp? Is there anything that's actually physically not making you a good speaker? Probably not. You're probably normal. You're probably fine. You probably passed all the school speaking to your friends, having banter. You know how to talk to an extent. The main thing that's holding you back is anxiety. Your brain isn't on your side. If I was to ask you right now, can you do a speech at a friend's 21st? Physically, yeah, you can. You can speak, so you can do it, right? You can do it. But there's this one thing which makes you feel like you can't. It's anxiety. And this is what I used to struggle with. I would have the worst social anxiety. The worst. I couldn't even walk in shopping centers and feel confident. I'm walking around shopping centers getting my groceries. I'm so insecure and so nervous. I'd almost have a panic attack because I felt like everyone was watching me. I wasn't even speaking. I'm just walking around. My social anxiety was Beyond, bro, beyond. And then the thought of having to speak to a stranger, never. Let alone a girl. Oh my god, that was like level 100, bro. Oh shit. We can all speak. Anxiety is what's holding you back. And how do you fix this? How do you combat this? How do you start to say to yourself, I want to be able to speak, but this thing inside of me, these emotions, my brain, it's just not on my side. How do I fix this? Well, you have to start practicing mindfulness. Acknowledge your feelings and sit with them. Just sit with them. You don't have to do anything. Become aware of why you feel the way you feel. When I wanted to start recording videos like short form content like TikToks, that's when I like started posting content and stuff like that. I would force myself to sit in this chair, have my phone in front of me, and I would wait like honestly 5 minutes before I started recording because I practiced mindfulness in these 5 minutes before speaking, before talking to my camera. I would sit down, become aware of the feelings I was getting, anxiety, negative thoughts, you're not good enough, this is cringe. Oh, no, 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 people from high school are going to see this. Oh, no, 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 my crush is going to see this. No. You become aware of those. Guess what? You start to realize these feelings can't harm me. They're not going to hurt me. I'm sitting in my own room. These negative feelings I'm getting, they don't faze me. I'm aware of them. They don't control me. And this is easier said than done, but the more you can get into the habit of practicing mindfulness, over time, levels of anxiety are going to dip, 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 dip. Before you know it, you're going to be saying to yourself, why did I used to get so nervous before speaking to a camera? This is just like I'm talking to younger Adrian. That's what I picture right now. When I look at the camera, all I see is like younger, insecure Adrian. Another good mindset to have with like taming the anxiety beast is to start to embrace the opportunity to speak. Realize it's not a bad thing. It's not. Everyone thinks public speaking to a camera, making content, this, that, speaking to this hot girl, whatever. Everyone's mind thinks it's like bad, that it's scary, that it's not right. Bro, it's the right thing. Embrace the opportunity to speak. When my friend asked me to speak for his 21st, this was like my first ever like proper public speaking situation at like any sort of like event, like birthdays, shit like that. And at first, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm human. I got some butterflies. I'm like, shit, man, I don't know, but oh, you're my best mate. I have to do it, right? And I had a mindset switch. I'm like, wait a minute. This is an opportunity for everyone in the whole venue, like over 50 to 100 people, to hear what I have to say. Like, I'm not worth shit, bro. I know I'm not worth shit, but the fact I had this period of time to share my thoughts with everyone else quiet, that is like the best thing. That is like the best scenario possible. I was grateful for that. And when you start to become grateful for your ability to speak, for opportunities to speak, you're going to start to want to do it a whole lot more. And feelings of anxiety are just going to get lower, lower, and lower. Finally, breathe. Get your breathing right. Every single time you're going to do some sort of event, make a video, spend 1 minute focusing on your breathing. Inhale for 3 seconds. And exhale for like 5 to 6 seconds. I do that like 5 times. And honestly, it just calms down your nerves. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm human. I still get nervous from time to time. I still get feelings of anxiety. I don't have a super David Goggins mindset and never get these feelings ever. I've just started like recording like, over the last like year. And I'm not going to say I'm an expert. I'm not going to say I'm this or that. I'm just sharing with you like the progress I've made in like this short time period. And breathing has helped me a shitload. Just focus on my breath, taking big full breaths. None of this like quick, none of that shit. Big full masculine breaths. You're going to just want to talk at as like many opportunities as you can. That's how you tame the anxiety beast. Number 2, slow your movements. Slow your hand gestures and other movements. So I know it's hard. You can't really see my body language in this like small circle. I'm using like Loom to record these videos. But if I was in my like full form videos with like the full screen, you can see how I'm moving my body. You can see how I'm like moving my hands and stuff. Realize The slower you can start to move your hands, the slower you start to speak. Your speech often keeps pace with your bodily movements. Now, some people lack body language. They don't even know what body language is, so they always got their hands in their pockets. That's like, that's why you probably can't speak as well. The more you can start to use your hands, use your shoulders, swing your head around, do these like slow bodily movements, body language, your speech improves. Sounds kind of stupid, like, no, my speech improves from me physically speaking. No, your body is like a machine. Everything has to function right for everything to flow. If I'm moving like this, if I'm not moving, I'm staying still, I'm not going to speak right. Whereas if my body language is open, I'm slowly moving my hands, I'm relaxed, my speech is going to be a whole lot slower. And like, I used to always, I still do at times. Sometimes you can probably see, I like tell in my videos, there's periods where I like speak super, 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 super fast. That's always been a bad habit of mine. Like, I can still get my point across, but I feel like it's definitely something I still have to improve on and something I'm struggling with. Like, I'm literally doing it right now, like speaking super, super fast because it's weird. I felt like the younger me always felt like he was in a rush to get like his point across. And I don't know if this was like arrogance, ego. I'd always used to think I was right. And me just speaking the way I speak feels like me just speaking the way I speak. It's almost like because I've seen the progress, I want to help you as fast as I can. I don't want you to take any longer than what I did to become a better version of myself. I want everyone to keep improving. And I guess that's one of the reasons why at times I speak super fast because I want to teach. But I got to understand the best way to teach is by being slower, by practicing body language, by being open, controlling my thoughts, not stuttering, not doing this, not doing that. And this will help you. And a book I recommend, I actually got this recently, I'm halfway through it. The Dictionary of Body Language by Joe Navarro. If you feel like you're a bit of a, I'm gonna be brutally honest, an autistic robot with like social situations like body language, that book, what do you think's gonna happen when you finish reading it, bro? What's gonna happen? You have the education now. So you can't say you're not good at something if you just don't know what to do. Why don't you learn? Invest in this book. It'll cost you like $20 to $25, bro. I used to always hesitate with buying books and be like, oh, I don't need books. I can learn everything online. Which, yeah, it's kind of true. But when you get in the habit of reading books, it just sticks with you a whole lot longer. It just motivates you more to take action. It's just something different with reading books. I don't know what it is. And I can't thank my younger self enough for having the discipline to start to get into the habit of reading often and consistently. It's gonna, bro, speaking is a superpower. And when you can take the time to read this book and any other like speaking skills books, there's another couple ones like Storyworthy by Matthew Dix on the other side of my room. Super Communicators, that's another great one. I'll link them in the description actually so you guys can have a look at them and so you're more likely to take action and buy them. These books changed my life. And the more you can start to improve your speech, just started there, my bad. And the more you can start to improve your speech, your communication skills, your social skills, your body language, your public speaking skills, everything, your life's just going to improve because of it. You will surprise yourself. I have a typo here. You will surprise, my bad. You will surprise how much your communication skills improve when you become aware of this. When you just start to go at your own flow, slow down your movements, tame the anxiety. You're already going to be like 100 times better speaker than what you used to be. And like you'll see results pretty fast. It's all about just taking action, which I'm going to speak a bit more about in the future. But these are like my top two most bang for buck steps. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. You'll see the most results from this, but that's no excuse to stop watching the video now. Number 3, positive self-talk. It's most likely right now your brain isn't on your side. You try to sit down, you try to record videos, but your brain's saying, no, stop, you're ugly, you're this, you're that. You're speaking too fast, you sound like an idiot. Oh, is this how I sound? This is so quick. Start reciting a positive mantra in your head. I am a speaker. I'm actually a pretty good speaker. I am confident. I can do whatever I want. No one can tell me otherwise. You have to start to get your brain on your side. And this all just comes down with mindset, your brain. And frankly, guess what? You can control your brain, you can control your thoughts. So that just proves you can actually do anything. You can actually improve. Most people are stuck in this mindset, this like guilty mindset of, oh, I'm not good enough. I can't improve. I can't talk better. I just can't. I just can't. They have this scarcity mindset. I've spoken about this before, if like how to become a high frequency person. You don't want to have a scarcity mindset. You want to have the abundant mind. I'm grateful for this. I can do this. I will become a better speaker. I am jacked. I will attract this girl. I can do anything as long as I control my brain. My brain's on my side. I've already won at life. Nothing can phase. Nothing phases me now. Positive self-talk is probably one of the best things you can do because younger Adrian, oh my days, bro. I'd struggle. I'd struggle. I couldn't even have like meaningful intellectual conversations with my brother, let alone my friends. No, I couldn't even have proper conversations with my family. That's how shit my speaking skills were. Couldn't even look like my own family in the eyes, my own teachers in the eyes. I couldn't look anyone in the eyes, bro. And my friends would become aware of this and they start giving shit to me, which I'm not blaming them, bro. I'm thankful that they did because it made me become more aware of it. It made me realize, shit, I can't hold eye contact. This is something I need to improve on. So I'm thankful that my friends used to roast me about this shit. Because if they didn't, I probably would be that same low test, insecure guy. So don't treat hate comments as bad things. If your friends are giving you shit about the way you speak, about your body language, just about your social skills in general, I used to be that awkward social guy. And now I'm the guy sitting in the chair recording myself speak. None other of my friends can do this. It's just the harsh truth. I'm not saying this to be cocky. I'm not saying this, I'm better. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is anyone can change. Anyone can improve. Because I was that guy. The thought of speaking to a girl was like never in my mindset. Like that was like level 100, bro. I wouldn't even think about that often because I just thought that was like the last level of a video game which I'll never reach or accomplish. That's how bad I was. The more you can start to recite a positive mantra in your head, I am this, I am that, the more you will start to quiet down your negative thoughts and feelings towards speaking. It all comes down to your mind. Control your thoughts, control your anxiety, control your body language and movements. What do you think's going to happen? Like, seriously, what do you think's going to happen? Your speaking skills are going to improve because of it. Now, start getting a habit of doing this positive self-talk. Start gratitude journaling. Start writing down your thoughts. Start speaking your thoughts. Action speaks louder than words. You have to take action because if you don't, you're going to stay the same, bro. And you don't want that. You watched this video because you knew this had value. You knew this would solve the problem you're currently struggling with. So take action. Number 4, rewind and question. This is one of my favorite tips. This is what has really helped me to become like a better speaker. And you'll see. Repeat yourself. Rewind and question. This is something that like really I just did it. Repeat yourself. It is a good thing. Most people get stressed when they have to repeat themselves. Oh no, I can't say the same thing twice. I sound like an. If you go back and watch all my like older videos, even my previous videos, like my last video, start to realize how much I repeat myself, how much I reiterate and go back to like I'm here, and then I'll just go back to what I said at the start. This is a good thing. Or teachers, or people trying to teach you, repeat themselves because it's the best way to learn. Listeners learn best through repetition. Rewind and question. Listeners learn best through repetition. If I say something once, yeah, it may be motivating. Yeah, I can say it aggressively, emotionally, whatever, and you might remember it. But how much better would it be if I was to say it twice? Now I've thrown the same ball at you twice. Your ability to catch it is probably better. Your ability to remember it has improved as well. And for me, when you are the speaker, not only does it help your audience remember something, as for you, brother, it gives you extra time to think on what to say next. You're probably stressing with like public speaking scenarios, if like, or like spontaneous speaking, like recording yourself. The main reason why you struggle is if you stress if you run out of things to say, if you're left on the spot. Let's say you're having a big speech at a birthday, you really worry about if you go blank, which is like one of the most common fears among people doing like public speaking. We all stress if we go blank. Shit, what do I say next? You freeze, you embarrass yourself over 50 people. So how do you fix this? How do you combat this? You rewind, you question, you start to ask questions about like what you've already spoken about, and you rewind, you say the same stuff over and over and over again. Obviously, yeah, it'll come to an extent where you don't want to say the same thing 20 fucking times, right? You don't want to say the same thing 20 times. Because if you do, you'll start to sound like a bit of a robot, I'm not going to lie. But still, when you can start to repeat yourself like a normal amount of times, what it does for you is it gives you extra time to think on what to say next. This is what has like transformed my ability to speak and like has made me. I'm not going to say I'm super charismatic. I'm not going to say I'm this or that because that's just arrogant. But it's what's really helped me when I can rewind and ask questions. It's a win-win. I can say the same thing. My audience gets intrigued. They learn more. I give myself more time to think on what to say next. Win-win. Also, another good quick tip is especially if you're struggling with like ums and ahs, you're saying like a lot of those when you're speaking. It's better to be silent. I should have wrote this down. It's actually better to be silent and not say anything at all than say, be silent. No one can control your pace. It's all about being a good charismatic speaker is all about controlling your own pace. No one can speed you up. No one can slow you down. You're running your own race. In a lot of my videos, I like to pause for sometimes over like 5 to 10 seconds, not say anything, because that also gives me the time to think on what to say next. And it also gives the audience to catch up on what I've just said. Even if I just pause for like 3 to 4 seconds, it makes my audience, it makes me not like get too far ahead of my audience. So let's say I'm speaking, then I pause, my audience actually catches up and they're more like online with what I'm saying. They're keeping up with me. I'm not like spitting out too much shit super, super fast and they're down here like, whoa, 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 whoa. What do you say? I'm trying to take notes. Like, run your own race. It's a win-win situation. The more you can start to rewind and question. Number 5, taking action. All of this advice, everything I've just said, it's useful. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty useful. And your motivation levels are probably super high, which I don't blame you. However, the best ROI, the best return on investment is actually speaking. Who would have thought the best thing to improve your speaking is to actually speak, right? So, you can read. This is why I've seen a Tate video. Tate and Hamza used to, or not Hamza, sorry. Tate used to give shit about reading because he'd say, oh, books are a waste of time. If you want to become a better speaker, just speak. Which, it's true. But I still love reading books. And the reason why I promote to read books is because, let's say you're maybe on level 1. You don't really have the confidence to do some sort of like scary task, like speak to a girl, speak to a stranger, public speak, whatever. Reading books, obviously you're not speaking, but reading books can actually start to build up that confidence within yourself. Kind of increase the percentage chance for you to take action to speak. See, if I didn't read books, I would not be here today. Wouldn't be here. Reading books like Influence, Like I said before, body language, reading books almost like unlocked that barrier, opened up that door, and like Black Ops for me to take action and start to practice my speaking IRL. They boosted my confidence. It's a step in the right direction. So don't think of books as a waste of time. Still read your books to motivate you even more to take action. Like watching this video is motivating you as well, but reading books is just another level. But realize the best ROI is to actually speak. The more you can get comfortable with your own voice, the more negative feelings will start to decrease. Sounds like common sense, right? Funny story, when I did my first ever voiceover on a TikTok, I'd start posting TikToks, but I would never speak because that's like the next level. I just post like gym highlights and shit. It came to a point where I said to my brother, if I want to start to be more engaging, grow more, produce more entertaining content, educational content, I need to start speaking, right? So I remember I locked myself in my room and I'd grab my phone, click the record button, beep, and I'd start talking about like gym. I listened back, I re-listened to what I said. It was the most cringiest shit ever, and I just could not stand hearing my own voice. I wasn't comfortable with my own voice. I had to, if I was to ever record myself speak, I had to make sure no one could be in the house, or else I would cringe. Oh, my brother's downstairs. I don't want him to hear this. Oh, my mum's here. No. I wasn't comfortable with my own voice. Whereas now, I'm happy to speak with however many people in this house. People could be throwing a party downstairs. I wouldn't give a fuck. I could still sit here and record because I became more comfortable with my own voice. This is why taking action is most important, because you're probably in a situation and scenario where right now you're just not comfortable with how you speak. You cringe where you hear your voice. And the more you can actually start to just fight through the fog, like break this barrier, frankly, the more you're just going to start to not give a fuck. The more you're going to, the more your speaking is just going to improve because you don't think twice now. You're not hesitating. When you don't hesitate, you flow a whole lot more better. So how can you start to become more comfortable? Let's say you're not posting TikToks, you're not posting content yet, but you want to start becoming more comfortable with your own voice. Quick, insane tip. Start by reading books out loud. Might be cringe, but start somewhere. I personally never did this. I only heard about this recently, but it's the most like true thing ever. Instead of reading your books on mute, what if you were to read your books out loud? The Dictionary of Body Language by Joe Navarro. Why do you think there's like, I remember in school, librarians, when you have like I remember in like primary school, we'd have like these library classes and like the library teacher would read books out loud to the students. And she or he at the time was like an insane speaker because they were so comfortable with their own voice through repetition, by taking action, by not hesitate, by not hesitating or thinking twice on what they have to say. So, what is your first like actionable step? Like, how do you take action? Anyone can do this right now. Start by reading books out loud. Start reading your text messages out loud. Start reading Instagram posts out loud. Just do anything out loud. Stop living life on mute. Start to get more comfortable with your own voice, and your speaking skills, your charisma are just they're gonna go through the roof, bro. Start sending more voice messages to your friends instead of texting. That's another good tip. You will never think twice about your own voice. Number 6, feedback. Act, assess, adjust. If you never act, there's nothing to assess, and obviously nothing to adjust. You have to act. That is the first most important step. You can't try and improve if there's nothing to improve on, right? Record and watch yourself speak so you can look back. You can analyze. You can improve on the hardware you have. Now, you don't have to post these recordings anywhere. They can stay on your phone, they can stay on your laptop or whatever you're recording on. You don't have to post them. Frankly, no, you don't. And this took me so long to realize. Every single time I thought I'd have to record myself, I thought it was always going somewhere. It's not going anywhere but your own bloody wank. It's not going anywhere but your own bloody wank bank, bro. It's staying in your gallery. It's not moving, and it's such a good investment. You have pieces, you have videos of you speaking. You can look back at them. You can see where you stuttered. You can see where you sped up too fast, where you did this wrong, when you weren't moving your hands, whatever. Just record and watch yourself speak. Act, assess, adjust. Because the more I started to do this, the faster I improved. If I don't know if all of my audience knows me from TikTok, but I would start going live on TikTok. And I would literally start doing it with only 3 to 5 people watching me. Lol. My friends would give me shit at the time, like, oh, Adrian only has 3 to 5 people watching him. Why is he doing this? Why am I doing this? I was doing it because it gave me this evidence. It gave me this opportunity to look back and give my own self feedback. And now, believe it or not, I have had more successful lives because I just started. You have to start somewhere, bro. And if you care too much about the views, people watching you, you won't make it far with your own speaking skills, your own self improvement journey. Just cut out the external noise, focus on the internal, focus on what you can control. I can record myself, I can look back on what I just did, and now I can improve. Act, assess, adjust. Your speaking skills are just gonna be a rocket ship going through the sky, bro. Number 7, actionable step. Your actionable step is to invest in one of these 3 books. Think Faster, Talk Smarter by Matt Abrahams, Storyworthy by Matthew Dix, and The Dictionary of Body Language by Joe Navarro. I'm not gonna lie, your motivation levels are pretty super high after watching this. That's great and all. You probably learned a thing or two that you didn't previously know. But I feel like the most bang for buck investment you can make in something that can stick with you even longer than this video. Like, let's be real. You watch a bunch of these YouTube self-improvement videos, and a week goes by, you forget everything I just said. You forget everything most people say. If you want education and stuff to actually stick with you, invest in these books. I can guarantee you they're going to be constantly in your room. You can constantly look back and read them whenever you want. They're always there. And these books changed my life. They improved my ability to speak, my charisma, everything by 100x. Please take action and invest in these books. I hope this advice was valuable and that it motivates and gives you the education you need to improve your communication skills. Leave a comment about what you struggle with down below. Like and subscribe for more videos about self-improvement, and I'll see you in the next video. Mwah!